Okay, so I guess we are live now. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Welcome to the Master of Agribusiness Innovation webinar. We're very thrilled to take you through the content and details of our program. So first, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Selma Ejaki, and I'm a program officer at Africa Business School. Also here with us today is our program director, François Terran. So, Francois, I'll pass the word to you to present yourself and also get this presentation started.
Thank you very much, Salma. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm François Terran. I'm a professor at Africa Business School, and I handle this master. We are very happy to be here today to present the Master of Agribusiness Innovation, tell you a bit more about the program, and of course, answer any questions that you may have. So I guess the presentation will be a big 10-15 minutes max, and then we'll have time for the Q&As. So Salma, we can start.
Okay, let's move to the presentation.
Okay, so this master. So why do we develop that? UM6P and Africa Business School is very much involved into entrepreneurship and innovation through many different activities in terms of incubation, accelerations, investment into startups, etc., etc. And as you know, and we'll have a few numbers after, the question of agriculture and the development of agriculture is very important for Morocco, for the region, and for Africa in general. So that's why we decided to create, develop, and open this master, which is really focused on management, innovation, and entrepreneurship in the agro industry. So it's a bit different from other masters that you may see in Africa, which are more geared toward economics. Our one, and I guess it's quite unique on the continent, is really about business, innovation, entrepreneurship. And the other specificity of this program is that this is a program which we jointly develop, manage, and teach between Africa Business School and the School of Agriculture and Agrobioscience, and also with the support of the UM6P Innovation Entrepreneurship Lab for the entrepreneurship dimension and support to startups. So in that sense, it's a very unique program on the continent, which is an accredited program. It's accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education in Morocco. So this is a 2 years program, like all masters in Morocco. And you will see the structure is basically organized between 3 semesters of teaching and 1 semester of internship. Maybe you can move to the next slide. So yeah, I already presented some of the characteristics. So in terms of opportunity, really, we can see that the development of the agri and agro industry in Africa is still big, is still a very important topic, and it's a topic where there are lots of things happening, again, in terms of high-tech innovation, but also in terms of entrepreneurship, so high-tech startups, but also more regular entrepreneurship around the services. So because of that, and because we see that this is still growing and becoming more and more important and having more and more added value for the continent, which means that this is a source of employment, this is a source of business, this is a source of economic development for the region and for the continent. So that's why we decided to develop this program to answer all these opportunities that are coming ahead in Africa and which are here to, I mean, it will still be big for many and many years. The next one. So definitely agribusiness innovation, what you will study, and we'll have some details after, it's really about new businesses, how you design, how you finance, how you market proof, how you manage new businesses, and also to answer, as we're mentioning, the need for new specialists in the area of around services. Because there are more and more companies and it's more and more developed, and with companies with lots of added value, it's very important that there are more and more skilled professionals and people who are really skilled in management, innovation, and entrepreneurship in this area. And the last point is obviously also to offer an opportunity for people with a more scientific background to add a business management, innovation, entrepreneurship set of skills to their scientific background so that they are better equipped if they want to work in the industry in general, or obviously innovate and or become entrepreneurs in the agribusiness area. Next one. So here you've got the learning objectives as we put them. We always put learning very precise learning objectives for all of our masters. So there is one which is about critical analyzing, critical thinking on issues, which means understanding what is the agricultural industry, what kind of frameworks and concept can be applied, and understand how, again, what are the dynamics of the industry, what are the dynamics of the businesses on the African continent. The second one is about solutions. I mean, it's good to understand, it's good to be able to analyze, but it's very important to be able to develop solutions which are sustainable solutions in terms of innovation and management, again, in the African context, and be able to provide recommendations which are ethical, obviously, and evidence-based, and then based on that to implement these recommendations into businesses for the agricultural industry. And as I mentioned, in agribusiness, we are at the interface between agricultural science, and business. So the idea is really for you to be able to apply all this different knowledge into the solutions and into the implementation of innovative solutions. And there is a last one. We talk a lot about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneuring is also being able to lead teams and act as a team member, again, ethically, and be able to understand what's happening so that you can be an informed leader or an informed team member in the industry. So that's the main learning objectives, which then are developed in the different modules. Next one. So what are the career prospects after this business? This master, sorry. Obviously, there is one which is to become an entrepreneur, but that won't be the case for all of you. And then the other one is to work in already established organizations as an analyst, as a consultant, as a developer, and also as a trainer, which means that you can end up in the industry, but also in government agencies, not-for-profit organizations, or research institutes, where you will be able to apply directly the management and leadership skills that you will have acquired during the master to your next job. So, program structure. So we see that's a mix of modules related to management and modules related to the technology or technical activities, knowledge around agriculture. So we start, so 4 semesters, I told you, semester 1, semester 2, which is on the Rabat campus. At the end of these 2 semesters, so the first year, we encourage you to do an internship. It's not compulsory, but it's highly encouraged. And then second year, you go to the Benguerir campus, so near Marrakesh, for your semester 3. And then semester 4, either you go for an internship in an organization, or you can incubate your startup project as part of the startup incubator that we have on site, and as part of all the other activities in the ecosystem that I was mentioning in terms of incubation, coaching, mentoring, acceleration, etc., etc. For the different semesters, sorry, you can go back. For the different semesters, you will see, so most of the topics are management business topics. So we start with setting up the context, so that's the introduction to agriculture and the agri-economics. So it's really to give you more information and more knowledge about what is the general context and general economic and business context of agribusiness in Africa. And then we enter into the more business management related modules, data analytics, entrepreneurial management, operation management, research methods also is very important. The ministry has now put compulsory modules. It's new for all the masters across Morocco. So as the soft skills that you will see in the different semesters. Semester 2, marketing, risk management, finance, strategic management, and a bit of legal also, very important in this industry. Semester 3 around services, technological trends, sustainability, which is very important to us and to this business and to Africa. Innovation, entrepreneurship, and energy aspects, which are also another area between at the intersection between energy and agribusiness, where there are lots of potential developments. And then semester 4, the internship or the incubation in the startup, and then you are done by about August or September when you go on the market and look for a job. In terms of the facilities, maybe Salma, you want to say a few words here or not yet? Up to
Mm,
you.
yeah, sure. I can pitch in this part.
Okay.
So regarding the UM6P facilities, since just like Francois just mentioned, UM6P, or you get to study in both campuses, so both Rabat campus and Bengri campus. That way, you could benefit from different facilities in both cities. So you can benefit from all of the facilities provided in Rabat campus, and same for Bengri, where you can find the experimental farm, green energy park, start gate, where the incubation happens and where the program incubation programs so happen as well. So that way you could use or enjoy both campuses at the same time. So that's definitely something unique in regards of this program as well.
And we can mention, if you don't know it already, that the focus on agriculture is a very, very important one for UM6P, and because also of our relationships with OCP. So it means that for us, both in Rabat and in Ben Guerir, where you have the experimental farm and the green energy park, there are lots of things. So it's very important for the university, which means that you are really entering into an ecosystem where agriculture, agribusiness, the development of technology, innovation, entrepreneurship around agriculture is very, very important to us. So in that sense, when you enter into this program, you will be really in an ecosystem that will be able to offer you lots of opportunities. And I think you will detail some of them, Salma.
Yeah. Francois,
Sorry.
your mic.
Yeah, my mic, sorry. A few words on the pedagogy. Briefly, you are at a master level, so you are really an actor and an active participant in your studies. So it means that the way the pedagogy is done, it's very, very interactive. There is lots of action learning every time we can, lots of guest speakers coming, etc., lots of opportunities to interact with the industry. And it's really a type of pedagogy where basically you don't sit and listen, but you are a very active participant, and we make sure that there are lots of case studies, lots of activities in group, in the classroom and outside of the classroom, with all the projects and workshops that you have to work on. So just beyond the words on the slide, you can remember that it is very, very active learning, and that should be useful and fun. Maybe, a few words on the current cohort. So we have 20 students, 50-50 male or female. So that's good. That's one also of the objectives of UM6P. This one is very interesting. Look mostly on the blue squares. You will see that there are really students coming from very different backgrounds. There are 8 different backgrounds, and that's very important to us, meaning that this program is not only for people coming from science, not only for people coming from food science or agriculture, but also you can see some people coming with a background in engineering or other sciences, 6 of them coming from business, like accounting or business economics, and even 1 from computer science. So it's really a program which is open to almost any bachelor degree. Of course, you need to pass the exams and be accepted, but any bachelor degree, as long as you are excited by the prospect of working in the agribusiness industry, and as long as you are convinced, as we are, that this is a very important industry, a growing industry, an exciting industry, where you will have many opportunities. Country of origin. So for this session, we had mostly students from the rest of Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Rwanda, and 4 students from Morocco. But you could see that from the shortlisted students, we covered many other countries in Africa. It's normal. We are UM6P, we are Africa Business School, and this program is really dedicated to what's happening in Africa. So we are very happy, and we hope that next year we'll have students from more countries. Maybe Salma, if you want to say a few words.
Yes. Beyond everything that happens in the classroom, our program also offers plenty of extracurricular activities to enrich the students' life experience. For example, we have guest lectures where industry experts are invited to share their insights and experiences that provide students with the valuable perspectives on the latest trends and challenges currently happening. We have industry and field visits where students have the opportunity to visit farms, agribusiness industries, and many others. So that way they could gain that firsthand exposure to the diverse facets of the agribusiness sector. A lot of entrepreneurial workshops happen as well. Anything regarding entrepreneurship and innovation that equip students with the knowledge and skills they need to launch and manage successful agricultural ventures. And also many networking sessions, for example, like meet and greets that facilitate connections between students, alumni, faculty, and industry professionals. That way they could foster collaboration and a lot of mentorship opportunities as well. Students are also encouraged to participate in community projects and initiatives at UM6P that are aimed at addressing agricultural challenges and also others. Many other events and activities really complete the students' life experience. That's definitely worth mentioning, and hence why we are presenting and given the opportunity to give you those kind of insights as well. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the modalities and also of the admissions process. So the Master of Agribusiness Innovation welcomes highly qualified candidates from diverse academic backgrounds. So anything including agriculture, environmental sciences, social sciences, biosciences, and many other. So it's an interdisciplinary program as long as you have a bachelor's program. So anything above bachelor's is also welcomed. And the admissions process goes through several stages. Just gonna go ahead and walk you through them first. So at first we start with the file review, where applicants submit their academic transcripts, CVs, recommendation letters, and other documents that are required. Those documents are reviewed by our admissions and faculty, admissions committee, and also faculty. So afterwards, we move to the entry exam. So the entry test is where the shortlisted candidates are required to take an exam, assessing their aptitude and knowledge to the relevance of the program. This involves some questions in numerical reasoning, critical thinking, verbal reasoning, and also a case study that helps us assess the students' understanding of the agribusiness sector. Proficiency in English is also essential for the success of your success in the program. So applicants are also evaluated through standardized English proficiency test. And finally, we move to the interviews. That way, or we use them to assess the students' suitability for the program. So anything including their academic background, career aspirations, and also alignments with the program's values and objectives as well. So some important dates that are definitely worth mentioning is the deadline. So the application submission is going to end by 15th of April. So that way, make sure you start your admissions in case you still didn't. Make sure you complete your file and said you still hadn't. So these are some stages that are definitely worth mentioning. If you have any kind of issue regarding that aspect, you can contact our admissions team. So you will find there are different emails in the website. So once you get to the website, you will go ahead and find any kind of contact you may need at that moment. So scholarship. Okay, so once we talk about scholarship, we have UM6P usually offers two kind of scholarships. So we usually understand the financial constraints that many students face. So we have the excellence scholarship that is offered by UM6P. So it's offered by ABS to the top ranking students on the admissions test. The second one is the financial aid scholarship that is shared by our admissions team alongside your acceptance letter. So few documents are required at that stage. So make sure you read carefully what is required at that moment and submit accordingly. That way, I think we've wrapped up everything. So just a a reminder regarding the application deadline. So it's coming up in no time, only 2 weeks to go. So the students who are interested in joining the program, make sure you start ASAP. That way you can still complete your file by April 15. I think we can go ahead and move to the questions, see if we can cover anything we still didn't, and then okay. So,
Yeah.
Francois, we have a question. Why Rabat campus? What could gain from being present in Rabat instead of Ben Gurir in the first year?
Okay, so yeah, interesting question. So I don't know how much you know about the two campuses. It's very simple. First, that UM6P has several campuses. The two main ones are Rabat and Ben Guerir. It's not because you are on one campus that you don't go to the other one sometimes. So if you are in Rabat, you will have some events in Ben Guerir. If you are in Ben Guerir, you will have also some events in Rabat. Simply, this is a program in business, which is managed by Africa Business School. The main campus, the main operations of Africa Business School are in Rabat, on the Rabat campus, and being there for you is very important in terms of the culture and the interaction with our other master students. We have two other masters at ABS, so spending the first year at ABS is a great opportunity for you in terms of networking and even for some of the work and even some of the modules that you may have together, that you can interact with them. So again, it's very important that this first year is on our main campus for Africa Business School. And then, because there are lots of the entrepreneurship, incubation activities around agriculture, which are on the Ben Guerir campus, that's why for the second year, when we really move into entrepreneurship and the possibility for you to work directly on your startup, being in Ben Guerir in terms of the ecosystem becomes interesting. So that's why we do it, and that's also for you an opportunity to experience the two campuses, which are both very nice and both very and different at the same time. So that's we give you this opportunity.
I would also like to add a point, Francois, to what you just said. Usually, even when the students usually apply for different internships, they found many more opportunities near this area or region. So they usually do their internships, especially for their first semester internship. They usually do it either in Rabat or Casablanca or a few cities that are very near to Rabat. So honestly, that really helps them. Plus, just like Francois mentioned, it's really cool to benefit from both campuses at the same time. So that's definitely a plus. Francois, should we move to the next one?
Yeah, let's move to the next question, which is more for you. What are the dates of
Yes.
the different tests? I don't know if you have the exact dates, Salma. Otherwise, you've got
Um,
the
I do not have the exact dates. However, the admissions process is going to be conducted in May, so it's coming up in no time. It's about 15 days after the platform is closed. So the admissions process is going to start by that, and we're aiming at finishing by the end of June. So that's about where things are falling currently. Okay, moving to the next one.
The question about field studies and could you get finance? So really, this one is a very specific question, so it depends. This is not a PhD, so there are no field studies to do, which could be part, for example, of a doctoral degree. This is a master. This being said, on the incubation part for the last semester, if part of the development of your startup requires that you go somewhere and do some field studies somewhere else, it can be part of the incubation and it can be part of the support to the incubation process. But this one is really on a case-by-case basis as for any incubation project. So it's difficult to give you more precise information on that.
Yes, I completely agree. It depends on how motivated you are and how you have that persevering and strong willingness to go ahead and pursue what you actually want. So as much as you want it, as much as you're gonna benefit and get from UM6P from that side. Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay, I think we got it all.
Okay, if you have questions after, anyway, you will see on the website, when you collect on the website or go through the registration process, that there are a few emails mentioned, so you can email a few people that can give you extra information and also guide you through the application process. So even if you have questions after, it's very easy to get in touch with us and get all the answers you need.
Okay, so thank you very much, Francois, and
thank you, Salma.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today and exploring the Master of Agribusiness Innovation. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out afterwards.
And we hope to see you in October on campus.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so that's a wrap.
Thank
you
you
very much. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.